Welcome everybody, Rob here, and welcome to episode number 1 in our Hardcore Ironman Summoning Tank series. Now, what is a summoning tank? So, a summoning tank is an account which only focuses on using defense, summoning, and you have a choice of doing prayer or no prayer. We've seen builds that do both. For the purposes of this series, I chose to go along with the prayer build. Now the reason behind that is back in the day, we loved the spirit shields from the corporeal beast, and I really wanted to have a build that I'd be able to implement that in with it, because spirit shields, come on, you know they're awesome. Now I knew that this build would take a long time to make, and I've really been working on it for over a year now, but in this time, this last year for the account has been insane, and throughout this video I'll show you where exactly that change started with a big update that they did that made this account 10 times more fun and more viable to do for especially bosses. But to start the account off, we had to go somewhere, so I'm just gonna go over some of the things that we did throughout the beginning of building this account. So one of the main things is I wanted to get some armor. So Tuska was a good idea at the time. So I thought, why not get some experience and also get a suit of armor and also get some abilities unlocked while we were at it. So the Tuska games don't take that long. They're 20 minutes each, and you get some good experience across the board. They help you get some unlocks for some of the quests, and you know, it was a pretty good idea. So I did a few games, and bam, we got ourselves full Tuska, good starting armor that will upgrade along with us as we progress our defense levels. Next up, we have our defense levels to get. In order to get them, we did an Elite Dungeons method when it came out, which means we would use our familiars to attack the bosses as we came through with our friends and get a ton of dungeoneering points as well as experience from our familiars. Now, they had double dungeoneering weekends while this went on, and we did a massive amount of floors. Now, they gave 10,000 dungeoneering tokens when that happened, so I spent them on dungeoneering, and we unlocked ourselves a lot of goodies along the way. We got our spirit cape, we got our necklaces, we got our shields, our charming imp, our bone crusher, our everything from there. And yeah, it was pretty awesome. I have a question. Have you guys heard of the mining and smithing update? Well, I have, and it was by far the most game-changing update for this account. By far. So much so that we immediately went out and mined and smithed our way all the way up in order to create the new Elder Rune +5 armor. Ba-bing! Oh yeah, baby. Look at that nice set. And of course, we still got our override on. Now, this was insane for this. Not only does this mean that we were able to make OP armor for a summoning tank class, but it also gave with us the armor spikes. The armor spikes do an insane amount of spike damage back to enemies, and if you wield a shield, it does double damage. We always have a shield on this account, so no problems. The next thing I wanted to worry about was getting invention unlocked. So after the mining and smithing rework happened, it made gem rocks totally OP for crafting. So we went to Alcarid and we mined the gem rocks and we got ourselves our 80 crafting. So crafting done, smithing done, divination was through caches. We took it all to Elite Dungeons number 3, the Shadow Reef, used our spikes and got a ton of damage with our Rune Minotaur with his full scrolls going all out. This was an insane amount of XP. We are currently 94, and we're going to be working our way all the way up to, honestly, I kind of want to go to 120. It's really fun to do on an account like this, but this gives a ton of money, and the only way that we could find to make money through this is to alch these through an alchemizer, which requires a pretty high invention level. So in order to train invention on an account like this, we had to do a lot of skilling. Therefore, a lot of Fisher automatics, which are good because we're going to need a lot of food for all the bossing that we're about to be doing. So to do that, we did so much that we got our full Fury Shark outfit, we got our boost, we've been doing it at Deep Sea, and eventually, we did it. We got our alchemizer built, we threw our loot from ED3 in there, and we have been churning out money left and right. Now, the only problem is you can't do the rare relics, but that's okay. So next up, we have our ports. we recently got it done, and now we're going to be going for the melee armor, so that way we can augment it, as well as the Reef Walker cape for being the best tank shield in the game. And so that brings us pretty much up to date on everything that we've done in this account. Obviously there's been more quests and such, but we'll go over that at a later time. So the stats that we've gotten are at bossing level, so we can start our bosses. We are going to get our defense to 99, our prayer up to 80, and our health and summoning up even more. But the first boss that we're going to go fight is we want to go get full subjugation from Krill, because it is one of the 2 bosses that we can fight in God Wars 1. For a cosmetic, we're going to be going to God Wars Dungeon number 2 and getting our full Grigorovic armor. Now this is going to take a long time to get, I'm assuming, unless we can get really lucky and get the drops. This boss is rough on a normal account, so on a summoning tank it's going to be a lot more difficult, but hopefully we can get those crests and move on our way. And for our ultimate armor, we want to do our raids, which we've already done 2 on at level 64 combat. We haven't gotten anything yet, but hopefully we can start getting them, and then our tanking abilities will get to the best level that they possibly can be at. But until then, there's going to be a lot of skilling, quests, other things to maximize this account. And yeah, thank you so much everybody for watching episode number 1. If you like the content, make sure you hit that follow button and subscribe button. Check down below for links to our live streaming on Twitch, as well as updates to all of our new videos coming out in this series. Until next time, Beard Wizard out.